Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time for another deep dive. And this one's all about unlocking some serious self-improvement potential.
That's right. We're diving into Advanced Metatomics, Physiological Attunement, a book that's all about fine-tuning your mind and body connection. It's about operating at peak performance.
I love the sound of that already. Who doesn't want to perform better?
Well, the book has this really cool analogy. It calls your body the mechanism and your mind the operator.
I love that. So it's like, we're not just passengers in these bodies, right? We're the ones calling the shots.
Exactly. And just like a skilled operator, you need to understand your machine. That's where this book comes in, giving you the tools to understand your own personal mechanism.
Getting granular. So where does it all begin?
At the foundation, it all starts with your cells, all 100 trillion of them. The book is really big on this idea. Healthy cells equal a healthy you.
It's like building a house. You need those strong materials from the ground up, right?
That's a great way to put it. And just like a house, things can go wrong. The book really boils it down to two main culprits: deficiency and toxicity.
Okay, so deficiency, that's like our cells starving for the good stuff. And toxicity.
Exactly. Toxicity is like those cells being bombarded by, well, junk. It throws the whole system off balance.
So we got to give our mechanisms the good stuff and cut back on the junk. Makes sense.
Absolutely. And to really grasp how to do that, the book dives into all those amazing systems that make up your mechanism. We'll start with the nervous system, the command center.
The nervous system, time to talk nerves. What's the book's take on how it impacts our well-being?
Communication is key. The book emphasizes this incredible interplay between your brain, spinal cord, and this massive network of nerves. It's like a communication superhighway.
So if there's a traffic jam on the highway,
things start to go haywire. And there's this fascinating aspect the book highlights that often gets overlooked: glial cells.
Glial cells. Okay, now you're getting technical.
They're like the unsung heroes of your nervous system. They support and protect your neurons, which are responsible for transmitting those crucial nerve signals.
So it's not just about the neurons themselves, it's about the whole support system. What about the other systems that make up the mechanism?
The book goes through them all, highlighting how they work together to keep you functioning at your best. Like the endocrine system, for example. Think of it as the body's messaging system.
Okay, so the endocrine system is all about keeping those lines of communication open, but on a hormonal level this time.
Precisely. Glands in your body release hormones, and those chemical messengers regulate a wide range of functions.
So we've got the nervous system for communication, the endocrine system for hormonal messaging. What about the lymphatic system? That one's all about immunity, right?
You got it. It's like your body's waste management and defense system all in one.
Yeah.
It filters out waste products, toxins, all the bad stuff.
Okay, so that's three major players down: nervous system, endocrine system, and the lymphatic system. That's quite a power team.
And we're just getting started. You've also got the digestive system, breaking down food and absorbing nutrients.
It's like fueling up the mechanism.
Exactly. Then there's the respiratory system, taking in oxygen, removing carbon dioxide.
It's essential for, well, staying alive.
Absolutely. And of course, we can't forget the urinary system. That's the body's way of filtering out waste products from the blood.
Wow. It's really incredible how it all works together, isn't it?
It really is. The book emphasizes this beautiful interconnectedness. It's not just about individual systems, it's how they communicate and work together.
Which brings us to another key point. The book makes cellular communication. What's that all about?
Your cells are constantly talking to each other, sending signals that control everything from growth to energy production.
So what happens when those lines of communication get crossed?
That's when things can go wrong. Breakdowns in cellular communication can lead to a whole range of issues, from chronic inflammation to even bigger problems like cancer.
Speaking of cancer, how does the book view something like that through the lens of the mechanism?
It basically sees it as a communication breakdown gone rogue. Imagine a group of cells just ignoring all the signals to stop growing. They multiply out of control and disrupt the harmony of the entire mechanism.
So keeping those lines of communication open and clear within our mechanisms is vital. Now, the book also touches on this whole other level, the meridian system.
Ah, yes. The meridian system. It's a concept from traditional Chinese medicine that views the body as having these invisible channels of energy.
It's a fascinating concept. So these meridians, they're like energy highways too, right? What happens if there's a blockage?
According to this framework, those blockages or imbalances can create disturbances in the body. It can manifest as physical or emotional issues, even energetic imbalances.
So where do we even begin to understand something as complex as the meridian system?
Well, a good starting point might be looking at one specific meridian, like the lung meridian.
The lung meridian. Especially relevant these days when you say.
It is. It governs respiration, taking in that vital qi from the air and distributing it throughout the body.
So if someone's having respiratory issues, could it be linked to this lung meridian?
That's what traditional Chinese medicine would suggest, yes.
Yeah.
But of course, it's always essential to talk to healthcare professionals about any health concerns.
It's really amazing, isn't it? This whole idea of energy flowing through the body. But I'm also eager to jump into the practical stuff. The book doesn't just stop at theory, does it? It gives us tools, right?
You're right on. The book goes way beyond just explaining the mechanism. It dives right into how we can optimize it. And it all starts with something we do every single minute, but rarely think about: breathing.
Breathing, it seems so basic, but this book really highlights how important it is. So what's the key message when it comes to our breath?
It's about recognizing that breathing isn't just about oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. It impacts everything: our energy, our mental clarity, even how we handle stress.
So it's like this master control for our whole system. And the book talks about different breathing techniques, right? Like diaphragmatic breathing.
Yes. Most of us, when we're stressed or busy, we tend to take these shallow breaths from our chest. But diaphragmatic breathing, that's where it's at. It's about engaging that big muscle in your abdomen, the diaphragm.
Okay, so deeper breaths, using the diaphragm. What's the benefit of that?
It's like giving your whole system a signal to chill out. Calms down the nervous system, lowers your heart rate, even reduces those pesky stress hormones.
Sounds like a recipe for relaxation.
Exactly. And the book even gives you a specific exercise to try. It's called resonance breathing.
Okay, I'm all in. How do we do it?
Super simple. Find a comfy position, close your eyes, and just breathe in through your nose for a count of 6. Then exhale slowly, again through your nose, for another 6 seconds.
6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Easy enough.
And incredibly powerful. You can do this anytime, anywhere you need to find a little calm.
Adding this to my daily routine for sure. Speaking of routines, the book also dives deep into sleep. It even breaks down all those sleep stages, fascinating stuff.
Sleep is crucial. There's no doubt about it. It's when your body repairs, restores, recharges. And while the different stages are fascinating, the biggest takeaway is about prioritizing deep sleep and REM sleep.
Deep sleep, REM sleep, those are the MVPs of the sleep cycle.
They are. Deep sleep is like your body's repair shop working overtime. And REM sleep, that's when your brain gets busy consolidating memories, processing emotions.
So it's not just about how many hours we're clocking in, it's about making those hours count.
Exactly. The book gives some really good advice on improving what it calls sleep hygiene, like having a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends.
So our bodies love a good routine. Any other sleep tips?
Having a relaxing bedtime routine helps too. Warm bath, calming music, reading a book, whatever, helps signal to your body that it's time to wind down.
It's like training your brain to embrace sleep rather than fighting it.
And of course, your sleep environment matters too. Cool, dark, quiet, that's a magic formula.
I've definitely got some work to do on that front. Now, switching gears a bit, the book also talks about hydration and electrolytes. Why are those so important for our mechanisms?
Think of water as your mechanism's lifeblood. It's involved in absolutely everything. And electrolytes, they're those essential minerals that help keep everything running smoothly at a cellular level.
Okay, staying hydrated, that's a given. But what about electrolytes? When do we need to pay extra attention to those?
Definitely if you've been sweating a lot, like after a workout, or if you've been sick with vomiting or diarrhea, that can really deplete your electrolyte stores.
Makes sense. Listen to your body, right? Now, the book also mentions something called dry fasting, which honestly sounds a little intense.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, that's for sure. It involves not eating or drinking anything for a set period of time.
Wow. Is that even safe?
The book stresses that it's definitely not something to try on your own. It needs to be done under the supervision of a healthcare professional.
Okay, good to know safety first. Let's move on to something a bit more universally applicable: nutrition. The book talks a lot about macronutrients, micronutrients, even supplements. What are the big takeaways from making healthier food choices?
The book emphasizes that the food we eat, it's like information for our cells. And just like we wouldn't want to feed our brains junk information, we shouldn't feed our bodies junk food.
Love that analogy. So what are we looking for when we're talking about macronutrients? Carbs are okay, right?
Absolutely. Carbs are essential for energy, but it's all about choosing the right types. The book talks about healthy fats too, like those found in avocados, nuts, and olive oil.
And what about protein? That's the building block, right?
Exactly. It's crucial for repairing tissues, building muscle, and keeping your immune system strong.
So you've got carbs for energy, healthy fats, and protein for building and repairing. What about those micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals? They're important too, right?
Absolutely. Even though we need them in smaller amounts, they're still crucial. They're like the little helpers that make sure everything runs smoothly in your body.
It's amazing how many factors go into proper nutrition. The book also addresses supplements. What's the take on those?
The book is pretty clear. Supplements are just that, supplements. They're not meant to replace a healthy diet, but they can be useful for filling in any nutritional gaps.
So a good diet is the foundation,
Yeah.
with supplements used strategically if needed. Got it. Now let's talk about moving our bodies.
Yes. Exercise, it's like hitting the reset button for your whole system.
It really is amazing for both our physical and mental health. What types of exercise does the book recommend?
It's really about finding what works for you and what you enjoy. It covers a wide range, from walking and running to strength training and mind-body practices like yoga and Tai Chi.
Something for everyone. Now, I'm curious about fitness walking. The book seems to highlight that as a really accessible and impactful exercise.
It's often overlooked, but it's a fantastic way to get moving, especially for beginners. Low impact, you can do it anywhere, and it's got a ton of benefits.
It's a good reminder that we don't have to run a marathon to reap the benefits of exercise. Now, what about massage and body work?
Massage. It's not just a luxury, it can be really therapeutic.
I'm a firm believer in that. What does the book say about it?
It emphasizes that massage can do so much more than just relax your muscles. It can improve circulation, reduce stress hormones, and promote a sense of overall well-being.
Like a tune-up for the mechanism.
Exactly. And there are so many different types of massage, each with its own unique benefits. Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, sports massage, the list goes on.
It's amazing how diverse the world of massage is. So if someone's new to it, where do you suggest they start?
Swedish massage is usually a good introduction. It's gentle, relaxing, and a great way to experience the power of touch for relaxation and well-being.
Sounds heavenly. Now, the book also mentions aromatherapy. What's that all about?
Aromatherapy is all about using essential oils. They can be incorporated into a massage or used in a diffuser.
So it's about engaging our sense of smell to enhance the experience.
Exactly. And different oils have different properties. For example, lavender is known for being calming and relaxing.
So we've talked about taking care of our physical selves, the mechanism, but what about the operator, our minds? That's a whole other layer, isn't it?
Absolutely. You can't have one without the other, right? The book really emphasizes this idea that mental proficiency is just as important as the physical stuff.
Makes sense. It's like, what good is a finely tuned car if the driver's a mess?
Exactly. And it all starts with recognizing this powerful link between what we think, how we feel, and what we do. Our thoughts have a direct impact on our physical state.
It's so true. When I'm stressed out, my stomach is the first thing to let me know. So how does the book suggest we cultivate a healthier mindset?
It talks a lot about cultivating a positive mental outlook. And this isn't about just slapping on a happy face and pretending everything's perfect.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that toxic positivity helps no one.
Exactly. It's more about building genuine resilience, learning to reframe challenges, and focusing on what we can control.
I like that. Focusing on what we can control, that feels empowering.
The book talks about this technique called expansive thinking. It's about breaking free from those rigid thought patterns that keep us stuck.
Expansive thinking sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
It's about training your mind to see possibilities instead of roadblocks. Like, instead of getting overwhelmed by a problem, you start brainstorming solutions, looking at it from all angles.
So it's like turning a problem into a puzzle to solve. I like that.
Right. And a big part of expansive thinking is learning to reframe situations. Instead of seeing a challenge as a setback, you try to see it as an opportunity for growth.
Easier said than done sometimes. But yeah, I get it, shifting your perspective. The book also talks about the link between our thoughts and our emotions. That feels like a big one.
It's huge. Negative thoughts can really spiral out of control and leave you feeling anxious, stressed, even physically ill.
It's like a broken record in your head sometimes, right? Just playing the same negative loop over and over.
And that's where mindfulness comes in, becoming more aware of those thought patterns so you can interrupt them.
So we're not trying to suppress our emotions, we're just learning to observe them without judgment.
Exactly. And one of the most powerful tools the book recommends for cultivating this mindfulness is meditation.
Meditation seems to be everywhere these days. I've tried it here and there, but I'm always curious to learn more about how it actually works.
At its core, meditation is about training your mind to be more focused, calm, and present. There's so many different techniques, but they all share this goal of creating inner stillness.
Okay, finding that inner stillness that resonates with me. It's like hitting the pause button on all the noise for a bit, right? So, what are the benefits of bringing meditation into our lives?
The book highlights a bunch. Reduce stress, better sleep, improved focus, even a stronger immune system. It's pretty amazing.
Sounds like it. Now, are there different types of meditation, or is it a one-size-fits-all kind of thing?
There are actually quite a few. The book mentions mindfulness meditation as a good one to start with. It's about paying attention to the present moment without judgment.
Just being present in the here and now. So, no more dwelling on the past or worrying about the future.
You got it. Mindfulness helps you break free from those mental loops and just be.
I really like that. Well, this has been fascinating. We've gone from understanding the intricate workings of our mechanisms to exploring ways to become better operators. It feels like we've only just scratched the surface of this book.
We have. It's packed with so much insightful information about optimizing our physical and mental well-being.
It's a great reminder that we have more power than we realize to impact our own health and happiness. So if you're ready to start fine-tuning your own mechanism and honing those operator skills, definitely check out Advanced Metatomics, Physiological Attunement. And be sure to join us next time as we continue to explore more fascinating topics and deep dive into the incredible world of self-improvement.